Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20 and welcome to episode 20 of Direwolf20's Server Play series on Forgecraft. Rorax is here, but she hasn't been really replying, but that's okay because Fireball's here and I'm making him do work on AE2.
Yeah.
How you doing, Fireball? I'm watching Fireball's stream right now, and the title of his stream is Let's One-Up Direwolf20's Frame Quarry.
Sounds about right.
So, I mean, that's cool, but my frame quarry, like, do you mean one up in the fact that you came up with a better way of creating a frame quarry, or did you say, like, we're just going to take Direwolf's awesome, perfect idea and make it bigger?
Probably a little bit of both. Like, I mean, you can only frame quarry, like, so many different ways, but I'm going to try to make it powered by AE and just make it uber big.
That sounds cool. Uber big is good.
Yep.
I just upgraded my blood altar to tier 4.
Oh, nice.
So I've got that going for me.
I would come look, but I just fixed my hunger thing again.
Did you?
So, yeah.
Maybe I should come infect you with hunger. You said you have a book or something that leads to your frame quarry?
Yeah, my house, if you just click it should say Deep Dark Quarry, I think.
Yeah. Wow, your base is laggier than ever from frame rate perspective.
Yeah, it's
What'd
all
you do?
those, it's all those carpenter's blocks, I think, because that's what I see trying to load in whenever I'm lagging, so.
See, I don't know if it's that, because, well, I don't know. I don't want to say it's that, because I'm not sure, but... Okay, yeah, so pretty much the same design.
So far. I have to put annihilation planes on it, too, still.
So you're going to filter trash cans?
No, the trash cans were just there because as I moved it forward, my inventory was filling up.
Oh, okay. So you're going to filter once it gets back?
Probably. Or I'll filter, probably. I'll have the setup on here to actually process all the ores and everything, too, I'm thinking.
Oh, so you're going to have, like, a fully, like, mobile ore processing and everything. That's cool.
Yep.
Not a bad idea.
Yeah, that's hopefully the idea.
That sounds cool. So you've got a frame pusher and a frame slider. Very nice.
These new frames are really neat. I've never messed with frames until now.
I like funky locomotion. So I guess you don't have anything hooked in yet to do your redstone signal on the frame slider yet.
Nope.
Gotcha.
I'm going to probably use Project Red for that with timers.
Yeah. I haven't yet tested, and it's on my to-do list to test as to whether or not Computercraft behaves on frames. Because it was, like, specially coded to behave in the past, but then, like, more recently it stopped working, so I have to test that and see if it's, good or not. I'm going to assume that it's not. At the very least, it's going to reset the computer every time it moves, and at the very worst, it'll lag the server to death, and all computers will stop working until you reboot.
Well...
Yeah. Because that's what was happening in 1.6.
Oh, I would say maybe make sure Pahamar's around when you go to test that one.
Yeah, like what happened in 1.6 was every time you place a computer in the world and it's like turned on, it spawns a new process inside the Minecraft process. It spawns a new thread to handle all the code processing. Right? Does that make sense?
Yep.
So, and when the computer's turned off, it kills that thread. Well, what was happening is whenever a frame moved a computer, it wasn't processing the killing of the thread, but it did process the turning on of a new computer. So it was basically like a thread leak, and it would just generate a new thread every time the computer was moved. And I had a frame quarry with like 10 computers on it. So every time it moved, like 10 new processes were spawned. And there's a limit to how many can be running. I don't know if it's Computercraft imposed or like operating, like, I don't know what imposes that limit, but long story short, like eventually it ran out of processes that Computercraft could have, and just Computercraft wouldn't work until you rebooted the server.
Nice.
So I'll let you, the YouTube audience and Fireball, know at some point once I've tested that to see if it's still an issue. But for now, I would at least, unless you feel like testing and have the ability to reboot whatever server you're playing on, avoid computers on frames until we know for sure if that's a good idea or not. So I think I'm going to cannibalize my ritual that I made outside and make myself, now that I have a tier 4 altar, let's first upgrade our ritual here. We're going to need 2 demonic slates. So let's turn these both off. And I'm going to get a demonic slate, which is a tier 4 thing. Right? Tier 4. Yes. 15,000 LP. Ouch, that's a lot of LP. But that's okay. I could get the augmented capacitor rune. What's in that? It's an imbued slate. That's 5,000. I don't know if I want the augmented capacitor thing. I'm just going to try and get 2 slates. I should be able to pull it off between the sacrificial orb and a full bloodletters backpack. Let's see what happens here. If I can get it to tier 3 first, I'll be in good shape. So we're at 4,000. Let's get this guy up above 5. That should get me close. Yeah, that's doing well. Get a little regen 3 going on here. Almost killing myself, but that's okay. So the plan is to get the upgrade to this guy, which should be able to do Dusk Inscriptions, which, by the way, is a block of coal and 2,000 LP. We're going to want 2 of them. Okay. So let's actually just take this out for now. What I'm going to do is insert this thing. This is full, right? Oh, no, it's empty. Well, there's your problem. And then go. And cross your fingers that I can make this work. Because it's a little tricky when you don't have enough essence, because you start losing progress pretty quick. But that should be pretty close to good. Alright, that shouldn't be too bad. So I need to make a second one of those, and then I need to make charcoal. So let me come back in a minute once I've got pretty much everything that I need. Okay guys, we're back, and what we should have here is another Dusk Inscription tool. And over to here we go. So let's get, I think it was on the top and bottom actually. Nice. Now we have access to Dusk Runes. Just need to right click to bind it to me. Cool. Now I want the Well of Suffering. Did I miss it? Am I missing the Well of Suffering? Let me check this out. Okay, I got it. Well of Suffering. I think there was something funny going on. Maybe tick rate related. So let's see. So this should require 12 and 8 is 20, plus 20 is 40, plus 4. A little bit more than I have already. So let's get a few more of these. I'll be back once I've crafted a few more of these stones. Alright guys, we're back, and while I'm waiting for this stuff to do its thing, speaking of, get to work, would you? Turn off. This thing's a little bit funny about letting me fill the, there we go. Now you can go back on. So I calculated I needed about 20 more blank slates, so I'm waiting for that to go, and in the meantime, I'm using the time that I'm waiting for this to run to actually get myself pretty much set up with a nice little viewing area and a mob spawning room. So if you saw my inventory screen a second ago, you probably noticed I have a little bit of cursed earth in my inventory. Went and borrowed that from somebody, I forget who, probably Fireball. And we're going to use that, of course, because the cursed earth mob spawner really is kind of the best approach for a mob spawner when it comes to this thing. So I wanted a nice little viewing area so I can kind of keep an eye on things. I figured I'd do something like this so I can kind of fly up here and see what's going on inside the room. That doesn't look terrible. I might bump it out a little bit more. That might not be a bad idea. Just because I derped and didn't make it centered, so if I bump this out 2 more, it'll be kind of centered. Would it be faster for me to go back and get a shovel versus just do this way? I don't know. There we go. That looks good, right? Okay. So, we've got this room set up. I'm going to cursed earth it. So that's step 1. Well, maybe the first step, I'm going to get some kind of lighting system going on in here. Yeah, let me do that. I want to be able to turn this room on and off with lights and, you know, redstone signal. So let's see how I am for redstone conduits. Insulated redstone. That might be enough. I think redstone lamps should be sufficient. Oh, you know what I could do? Well, I don't want to do that though. I could have like the powered light from here. That's not too hard to make. Basic comparator, powered light, but that needs RF, and I don't have an RF line anywhere over there, so I would have to run that line over. Let's see how a redstone lamp does. I'm going to get 2 more of them. Hopefully 4 will suffice. We'll get some levers. And let's go set this up. If these 4 will work, then that'll do for me. So remember, we're going to have blocks all the way up here. So let's actually put the dirt down first, and then I'll replace it with cursed earth, which of course will rely on the spreading of that dirt. I forgot about the dirt when I set up the dark glass stuff, but... no biggie. I'll just do another layer here of dark glass. And I'll replace the bottom layer in a minute. But for now, let's just get ourselves an exit. Actually, I'll replace the bottom layer now. Do I have any more smooth stone on me? I do. That looks good, right? Alright, that'll do for now. I'll clean up that in a minute. So let's get... what do I need in here? First, I want to take this off, because I don't need him at the moment. And I'm tired of having hunger. Okay, so let's try 2 away, 2 away from here. I'm just going to put the levers on the bottom for now. And how much does that light up? Not quite. If it was 1 block set lower, though, it would probably be good. Like if I did this. That should suffice. Let's see if I did it here. I'm gonna guess probably not, because it's here, so if I put it in the same spot over here, it wouldn't be good. And that wouldn't be good because they can spawn in the corners still. So yeah, 1 level lower, which is fine because it only needs to be, you know, a few blocks high. So if I did this, and then 1, 2 away. One, 2 away. Like that. Should have no place in this room that can spawn a monster. That works. Okay. So now, let's get some insulated redstone conduit running to, I don't know, let's say... here? That'll do. I guess I'll go into bat mode for this. And I'm going to take my magnet off for you guys, because that's just annoying when you're in bat mode. 1, 2. Right? Yeah. 1, 2, and down. Do I have my Yeta wrench on me? I do. Awesome. Down will be a in-out color red. That's fine. Down will be an in-out color red. And we'll say down is in-out color red, and down, in-out color red. That works for me. Gotta love on-off switches. I think they're cool. So let's see, where am I in relation to here? Perfect. Let's do one more back. 1, 2, 3-ish. Pretty darn close. Alright, so now we can put a lever here, and we should only have to say, what direction is this? North? So if we set this guy's north face to be in out, there we go. I'll put a brick here for the time being, and a lever, which I'll get from the room. And this should flip on all the lights. Perfect. That's what I like to see. All right. I'll be back in a minute because there's a couple more things I'd like to work on. Also, how's this doing? Needs more life points. All right, I think the only thing left to do is get some cursed earth in here and let things get started. So let's replace it like so. And I went over to my buddy Fireball's base and stole his reinforced watering can. I'll make one of these eventually, I think, but for now I just snagged his. Let's water. Haha, nice. So this should help things speed up pretty quickly, semi-quickly, rapidly, hopefully, get the cursed earth spreading. So I'll be back in a minute. This will take a minute. So guys, I learned something. It looks like cursed earth really only wants to spread when it's dark. So, yeah, we had some success spreading it, especially with the reinforced can. Like, holy cow, that's fast. But, yeah, definitely do it from outside. Trust me on that. So that's pretty much well spread. I mean, there's a couple things there, but for now I think we will hide behind this glass. And let's see how we are for these reinforced slate. We're actually almost there, which is really good news. So let's get this guy filled back up. I'm going to make the remaining ritual stones that I need, and then I should be able to put this thing together. I will come back when we're ready to roll. Is that one more coming in there? Yeah, that's the last one, actually. So maybe I won't come back. Maybe I'll just wait for this thing to finish up, and then we'll do it. So, where's my sigil? 8,000 is when it'll pop. There it goes. That's the 20 that I needed. Hopefully correct. And more ritual stones, please. We will put a orb in the middle. We'll do this. That'll give me 44 of those, which is about what I think I should need. Let's see if my spacing is correct. And we're going to want a weak activation crystal. I forget how much we want to activate this thing. Getting this thing set up. Does that look about right? That's not the... It said Well of Souls. It really did, but I know that's not the Well of Souls. So I'll come back in a minute. Let me see what's going on with this Ritual Diviner. I think it might be server lag or something similar that might be just being a little derpy with it. Be right back. Alright, hopefully this is the correct number of things, and oh, well, I have a few more ritual stones than I actually needed. Cool, well, I lucked out, that's fine. So I forget how much we need. Let's see if I can activate it with my current amount, which is 4,500. That's really all the life points I have in my soul network at the moment. That doesn't sound right. Is this on or something? No. Oh, you know what? It drains life points when I set up the ritual. That's right. All right, so let's do this then. Let's swap these out, and I know I've got around here somewhere one of those orbs. I want my top tier orb, my Magician's Orb, which is tier 3. Go in there, please. And once you're finished infusing, we'll see how things go. Alright guys, I think I've gotten to the point. I believe, if I remember correctly from previous times building this, it's 50,000 LP that we need, which is a huge amount of LP, but we got there and that's what counts. So, let's activate it. What's going on upstairs, by the way? I think I left the lights on, didn't I? So most things should have despawned by now. So let's activate the ritual. Nice. Rush of energy, and we've got right around 6,000 left. So I had another full pack that I just dropped in there before we, started that. So I think it was 50,000, so that's good to know. So the ritual should be active. Let's drain the altar completely, if we may. You know what? Well, yeah, let's get it empty all the way. There we go. So in total, I've got 10,924. Let's turn off the lights and see what happens. Go. Nice. Oh man, I love when we get to this point in Blood Magic, because it means I no longer have to wear these silly packs. I mean, they're nice, don't get me wrong. I like them. I think they're cool. They're a very nice early game thing, but you know me, automation is king. And once it's automated, yeah, we don't have to do the manual boring way anymore. So I'll keep some of this in here, and for now I'll put my runes in. Alright, so we have fully automated LP generation, courtesy of a bunch of mobs going on upstairs. So how's my life points pool doing? Not too shabby. Alright, so next step, I think, should be probably upgrading the runes around here to runes of sacrifice. So that's going to require some more reinforced slates. Not too bad, 2 reinforced slates per rune, but those will definitely help. That's really the only tough part, is getting those reinforced slates. But they should be easy now, because I've got a new filter for reinforced slates. I'm keeping my extra filters in this chest, so there's the blank slate. I'll just pull in and out the filter as needed. So now, for example, if I were to take this out of here, and how's this looking? 50 LP, 90. So we get a small amount of LP for every thing here. Alright, let's let it build up a little bit, its internal buffer, and then we will come back. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to set up item collection. Yeah, let's do that, actually. Instead of coming back, I'm just going to set up item collection in almost the same way that I set it up in the past. So we're going to want transfer node, just want to view. How many did I have over here? Do you guys remember? I want to say it was like 1 per radius. Let's get just a world interaction upgrade. Do 10 in total. How's that sound? And then pipes and a chest. Just for now, you know what? Let's get a good chest here. I'm gonna get it into like a sub AE system, I think, but I don't want Soren to yell at me for playing with his AE system. So for now, we'll just go with like a diamond chest, just because why not? And then finally, we'll also want a trash can. That's going to be like the last point items land in. So let's just set this up real fast under here. So we'll want this kind of in the center area. So let's go into bat mode. So if this is cursed earth right here, right? So then I want the transfer node here. If I place the world interaction upgrades, there we go. We're collecting zombie flesh. That's what we want to see. Let's run this just back here for the time being. And I can make this a little bit nicer looking in the future, but for now this will do. then we'll put the trash can here with this thing here. Cool. I'm just going to throw some speed upgrades in there and whatnot so that it's a little bit faster, and maybe even a stack upgrade. You know, I think speed upgrades will do. That's all I really need. So I know we're going to need some redstone blocks. I don't know how many of those we have laying around. 24 speed upgrades looks like the magic number. Why not? So now, as we put items in there, it shouldn't take long for them to make their way over to the chest. Cool. So at least we have a decent amount of stuff going on. I did see Enderman spawn earlier, so I know we should get some Enderman spawns. Just want to kind of test to make sure that everything will be caught. So I'm just going to test the four corners to make sure that we catch all the items that are dropped in here. I don't want any items getting, you know, lost in the world kind of thing. Let's wait for these guys to die. Because remember, items laying on the ground equals lag. So speaking of, there's some items back there that don't seem to be moving. So it looks like we just need a little bit more space by way of world interaction upgrades. So let's get them. We'll try 5 more. One, two, three, four, 5. Better? Looks like it. Let's get them over here. We're pretty darn close. I'm gonna get 5 more, let's say. That should definitely do it. Like I said, maybe at some point we'll get barrels or a sub-AE system or something for this thing to work out with. And I think the last thing we really need for this altar is just some runes of sacrifice, and then we'll be in good shape. There we go. All the cobblestone disappeared. So you can see now we should properly be collecting this stuff. Well, pretty darn close. I am throwing it, believe it or not. It looks like it's just the very, very outer edge of the room. I'm going to call that close enough. Sure, why not? If it hits the very outer edge, well, that one got picked up, so that's cool. Alright, let's clean out this diamond chest, all the junk we don't need anymore. Don't need cobblestone in there. Nice, we even got a creeper head already. Cool. And we'll close up the dark glass, and lights out. Spawn, spawn. Nice. Alright, back in a minute, guys. Alright, guys, and with that, I believe we've unfortunately hit the wrapping up point for the episode. But some good progress made in blood magic, of course. I'm pretty pleased about that. We've got this thing kind of cruising along. As you can see, I threw a bunch of smooth stone in there, and it should eventually turn into reinforced slate. I don't know if it's going to work out too well. I'm going to keep an eye on it for a bit. If it never turns into reinforced slate, because remember, you lose progress when the altar's empty, so I don't know if we're generating LP fast enough that we'll actually make progress on this thing instead of it losing all the way. If that's the case, I can always just like turn it off and you know, not fill their items in there anymore and just wait for it to be full. I might do something like, maybe I could yeah, that might be cool. Maybe I'll do a little bit of automation where I'd like to have maybe a stack of each type of slate always available for me to use. So, you know, as soon as I pull out one stack, it'll just replace it and start creating more. That might not be a bad idea. So for now, Darryl20 signing off. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. We'll be back next time. Maybe do that automation thing. Maybe start looking at some of the new blood magic stuff. I know that we want to do a an invasion. Kind of want Way of Time to be around for that, so hopefully he'll be nearby and he can be on hand just in case. You never know what's going to happen. But yeah, I do want to check out the invasion system. It's apparently really hard, so maybe I'll want to get some good armor before I go ahead and do that. Alright guys, take it easy.